Good afternoon. I was asked to come here and wake you guys up after lunch. And meanwhile, I was standing here to talk about the conversions. I'll be focused mainly in conversions, what we feel about conversions in Angola. Going back to talk here. Going back to what FMCA says in 2004. FMC, fixed mobile convergence, is a transition point in telecommunication industry, which will finally remove the distinctions between fixed and mobile network. Will provide customers with seamless services using a combination of fixed and mobile broadband and local wireless access. This is what they say. What we feel in Angola is basically we have two types of fixed mobile convergency that we care about. The first one is the enterprise-based fixed mobile convergency, and on this one, each vendor has its own definition about what is enterprise fixed mobile convergency. Their products consist more or less on the following capabilities: session redirection, which means that you are able, on an ongoing call, you are able to route from a cellular to your desk phone without losing the call. PBX mobility, you can configure your cell number onto your office PBX, and then when somebody calls your cell number or your desk number, the PBX directs the call over the PSTN to your cell number. This will treat your cell number as an analog extension of your enterprise PBX, and then you can have things like only one phone number and one single email account. You can have both phones ringing at the same time, and all these kind of things. Dual mode phone. Well, everybody knows what it's a dual mode phone. It's a phone that allows you to do Wi-Fi. A cellular phone that allows you to do Wi-Fi. I brought my iPhone that allows me to do Wi-Fi only for data, but everybody knows the Nokia ones allow you to do Wi-Fi for voice and data. It's quite easy. Just plug it in and look for available Wi-Fi point. So as you can see, mobile convergency, fixed mobile convergency is already there. People are using it, they just don't know how to brand it. Session continuity and voice call continuity. Well, session continuity is a better word because it allows you to have multimedia sessions. Voice call continuity, as the name says, it's stuck to voice, but basically allows you to a multimedia session, to have multimedia sessions on different devices at the same time. And then you have the mobility control device, which is a device where you place on your network that will route automatically the calls from the fixed phone to your cellular phone. The other one is the carrier-based fixed mobile convergence. Basically, if you take your mobility control device and you place it onto the service provider network, then you're getting outside the enterprise and you're getting on the carrier market. Uses mainly two technologies to implement the session continuity: UMI, unlicensed mobile access, and VCC that we spoke earlier. Drawbacks: only works with particular handsets. The guys from BT Fusion from BT Telecom, their product only works with specific handsets. The French guys, they also came out with a similar solution, the Beautiful Phone. The other drawback is the customer is forced to use only one, to buy a service from only one carrier. With enterprise fixed mobile convergency, you're able to use your own GSM phone from your own carrier. You just need to reroute on the PBX. Different views of fixed mobile convergency while in Angola. Well, I come from a wireline carrier. So the way we see that is that fixed mobile convergence will allow us to get or to reverse the loss we are taking from the mobile operators and take some of these voice minutes back to us. We want to use fixed mobile conversions to gain a competitive edge over mobile operators, as we already control the channel to the enterprise. Wireless guys, on the other hand, they're racing to use 3G and 4G. At this moment in Angola, one of the mobile operators is rolling out a one video network across the whole country. The other one is rolling out HSDPA. Actually, the one video was the first one in Africa to be rolled out by Movistar. And therefore, they're not so keen of these fixed mobile convergence because they already have their own products. They still see Wi-Fi as a threat. I mean, wireless is their own business. Why are we putting Wi-Fi there? Why do they need to get a Wi-Fi? And customers, well, unless they see that there's a revenue and lower cost coming from this conversion, they'll not be so keen of getting into this and switching for these new services. Having a closer look for what my country looks like, we have like around 15 million population, 123 inhabitants per square kilometer, so it's quite desert, the country. From those 15 million, as I mentioned, 5 million only are in Luanda, which is the capital. So it's 1/3 of population is concentrated in only one place. 67% of adult alphabetization rates, we speak Portuguese. In terms of who is playing there, there's 4 fixed telecommunication operators. I come from one of them, MS Telecom. There's 2 mobile telecom operators, 6 registered ISPs, and when I say registered, because there's a lot of more than 6, but only registered 6. And we're already doing mobile internet services. Having a closer look at the industry, telecommunication industry in Angola, basically what you can get from this is we have a very big ARPU from the mobile operators. $51, I think this is one of the biggest ones in the world. Service provision revenues per gross internal revenue is 2.7. This is 2004 data, because we don't have any new ones available. So this was given to me by the regulator. The teledensity, well, as everybody's in Luanda, we have all these discrepancies from what is the fixed line teledensity in Luanda and the rest of the provinces. The same for the mobile teledensity. All combined is something around 20% in Luanda and 1.3% in the provinces. Angola Telecom, it's only Angola Telecom because they are the incumbent operator and they have the biggest stake on the fixed line customers. Total teledensity national-wise is 5.5%. Going now, having a closer look to the internet market and business, 0.27 number of subscribers per 100 inhabitants, internet teledensity, and roughly 1 user per 100 inhabitants are using internet. So the market there's a market there. It's not being well developed. There's a lot of space for improvement. What they pay monthly? Well, something around $78 for narrowband dial-up access and $100 for broadband access. I would say that both narrowbands and the broadband access is actually the same. Just the speed is exactly the same. Just the connectivity, they claim that is different. But as we all suffer from the same SAT3, lack of bandwidth on SAT3, so that's what we have. In terms of fixed telephone line subscribers, only 100,000, which is shared amongst Angola Telecom and ourselves. We have roughly 5,000, Angola Telecom 95,000 fixed line subscribers, and 4.5 million subscribers for the mobile market. They'll claim that it's 5 million, but altogether it's only 4.5 million subscribers for the mobile market. So, having that numbers in place, so who's in the race for FEMC in Angola? The mobile operators, well, they want to offer more advanced services to provide a competitive alternative to fixed network services, and that way to increase their market share. I don't think they're keen of doing anything related to convergency, fixed mobile convergency. Then there's ourselves. Well, exactly what we want. Well, if we have some mobile licenses from the regulator, that would be good. Then we could bundle our services together and add some mobility to our broadband network. Or add some mobility to our broadband network by becoming mobile virtual network operators. But I don't think the mobile operators will want that. They don't need wholesaling their capacity. And then we have the cable TV operator, which is already doing TV and internet. And what they want to go to the telephony segment as well, in order to be able to offer triple play. I know they're applying for a license. Don't know if they'll be able to get one. And then, of course, the voice over IP providers, the Skype guys that they're everywhere, and there's no way you can control them. So, having this in mind, actually, our biggest threat coming from a fixed line operator is not the conversions itself, is something called fixed mobile substitution. Because of the less developed fixed line infrastructure, voice traffic goes carried by mobile networks, is carried by mobile networks instead of fixed networks. Making mobile network calls is the key means of communication. Yeah, it doesn't substitute the fixed line communication. It's the only way people have to communicate in Angola in a faster way. Therefore, mobile telephony has outpaced fixed telephony, as you guys will be able to see, with just like a small percentage of our customers than the ones from the mobile industry. But they're not happy with that. The mobile guys, they're still getting into our data business, as they're investing a lot on 3G, HSCPA, and all the broadband technologies. The real focus is on access, not on mobility. Substitution can be understood as a wireless substitution for wired services, as we don't have a proper developed fixed line infrastructure in Angola. Something else, small and mid-sized companies, they are keen of going to mobile to substitute fixed line services, as it's faster to develop, is easier for them to control, and the mobile companies, they're now starting to offer a corporate package just to reverse the tendency of companies going to fixed lines to provide communications for their companies. Forces driving the market for fixed mobile substitution. Well, the ones I mentioned before, the cost and speed of fixed networks build out favors mobile communications. So users, they do not have a real choice between fixed and mobile, but are forced to use the mobile technology. It's the only one available, and they can buy anywhere and everywhere. Macroeconomic growth, the country is booming, so therefore people have money to continue to use a fixed, a mobile services and contribute to this substitution. With an ARPU with $51, they don't mind paying that much just to get communications in Angola. On the other hand, they're still decreasing the price premium for mobile calls. Mobile companies now adopting one fixed rate for all calls, regardless of which operators you're calling to. And the other thing is the network effect. If all my friends, they are on the same network, I go and I join the same network so that I can speak with a less cost. I pay less money to talk with my friends. And the same is related to the company itself. The driver's hierarchy. Which one can we control? Which one we can't control? On the micro level side, we have the economy, we have the competition, and the regulation. The economy is booming, so everybody now, not everybody, but people, they don't mind paying the premium rate for mobile calls. The regulator just doesn't regulate. Stays like that. Our regulation laws, our telecommunication laws, they're still from 1970 something, being updated on the 80s, but there's a lot of things needed to be done. Where we can actually do something is at the operator level. Yeah, bringing more services, betting on the quality of the services, and the price as well. Then you have the market dynamics. Lifestyle, it's good for you to have a mobile phone, and nowadays people, it's funny, the other day I was talking with somebody and then we just saying that in the old days when you go in your girlfriend's houses, you just knock on the door or you just ring the doorbell. These days you call them and say, I'm outside, can you please come out? And then you have also the network side. There's still some lights for us fixed line operators that can prevent this substitution thing to happening and get some revenues from the convergence. One of them is the bandwidth and the quality of service. It's true that if we're using copper with SDSL, the guys now, they're offering like packets of more than 10 megs and 20 megs. Types of bandwidth that you cannot offer with using wireless. And also you have this quality of services because it doesn't depend on weather. It doesn't depend, it just depends on copper or fiber, which is buried. And then of course, if you already have your infrastructure in place, or even better, if that was financed by the government, like if your PSTN network on copper, then you can lower the cost as much as you'd like. Security, always involved. Service composition richness, you can offer more services to your customers than the mobile guys can. And equipment convenience, you can buy phones everywhere and anywhere. Now it's Wi-Fi phones, you can buy them anywhere. Deck phones, you can buy them anywhere. So having this in mind, which are the challenges that we have to face? Well, in this changing business environment, each operator must explore different ways to expand into business and decrease costs in the long term. We have to finding ways or get more attractive bundles and services to increase our subscriptions. We have to reduce our cost per subscriber, either for retention or for acquisition new ones. We have to enhance the offering by convergence of bundled services, by the convergence of bundled service. Use this thing, as you know, as we call it, convergence to offer new services and new bundles. There's also the regulatory issue that they need to regulate on the convergence so that we all know what we're doing and we all know that there will be certain limitations for what we're doing. And then we need to act as fast as we can, adapt quickly to the new business environment. In this case, a service delivery platform that enables the fast deployment of new converged service offerings to succeed. Successful operators will, considering the global user trends and local market situations, they will create unique propositions towards end user segments, bearing in mind always what the user wants and what are their expectations about the converged services. We have to select solutions that follow standards in order to ensure service network and device interoperability. We have to select vendors and partners, which is always difficult because everybody says that their own product is the best one in the market. To provide a product portfolio covering all solutions within the areas of fixed, mobile, and the enterprise. We have to consider short to medium range radio technologies. Ourselves, we are deploying a WiMAX network across the country in order to get that last mile that we don't have, in order to get some of that $51 ARPU that our customers are, the mobile operators are getting from their customers. And then integrate that as an extension to the fixed broadband access. And that's all. Thank you very much.
Any questions, comments for a speaker from Angola? I have a quick one for you. Yes, please. Can we have a mic to our friend in the front row here, please? There was no interconnect. You see people holding.
Well, luckily enough, I was in China a few weeks ago, and the Chinese guys, they came up with a handset that does GSM and CDMA at the same time. So there's device convergence, there's no network convergence. There's no two operators talking together. We don't have this kind of thing. I think we need a hand of God to make us sit on the same table in Angola. All operators sit at the same table in Angola. The providers or the handset providers and vendors, they come out with this solution so that at least we have some convergence at device level, not at the network level.
So you will agree that the teledensity you're talking about of the mobile is not the true picture, because I have to subscribe to both mobile, each with different phone. When I want to phone my friend who is on Mobitel, I use this other line. When I want to phone my other friend on another network, I use this line. So the teledensity is not a true teledensity.
No, sorry. I didn't quite get your first question. No, all of us, we are interconnected. I mean, there's interconnecting points to all the operators. Yeah, it happens now. You can, from our network, you can call any other network in Angola. From any other network, you can call our network. So that interconnection happens. You have to pay a premium price for that. Mobitel, which is the second biggest mobile operator, they come out with a business plan now and a product which is you only pay one flat rate for every call that you make, regardless of which operator you're calling to.
Any other questions, comments? Yes, one all the way at the back, please, in the last row. Can you get a mic to our friend from Ghana?
I would expect what the last questioner was getting at is that all the teledensity figures don't take into account serial and parallel duplication of accounts within the reporting period. So teledensity is always higher than the actual number of people who are telephony users. But my question relates to your comment earlier about SAT3 access. For internet in any country, there are a number of last mile solutions. Can you describe for me what is the SAT3 access you're probleming? Is it just the cost of the access making it uneconomical to buy enough capacity to have proper throughput, or is there some technical problem?
No, actually, technically, there's no problem there. We're just talking about trust. SAT3 should be the more expensive submarine cable in the world. I know you're all aware of the prices. All the incumbent operators which own a stake on SAT3, they're charging for it. So as we have to go out using SAT3, the preferred way of getting bandwidth outside our country, we have to really make sure we use it on an efficient manner. I know that Angola Telecom now is opening, and then in the past it was quite difficult for you to, if you order like one E1 now on SAT3, it will take 6 months until you get that E1, or 2 E1s or 4 E1s, or whatever you want it to. Now they're trying to reduce this time. They're trying to have like only 1 month since the order until you have the service provision to you. So, as it is very expensive, I can tell you the figures. We pay roughly for one E1 something around $16,000 in Angola, duplex, which is quite expensive if you were just reselling that to internet users. On the other hand,
Understood. It would seem to be in the incumbent's interest to be able to provide service faster so they can start overcharging you faster.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks, Angelo. A round of applause, please, for our first speaker of the afternoon.